continuity and differentiability. Friends, in this first lecture, first we define continuity of the function at a point. At a point. So first we define, let f be a real valued function defined on a subset of R and C be a point in the domain of F. In the domain of F. We say that F is continuous at x equal to c, at x equal to c if limit x tends to c f of x equal to f of c. So again you check the definition. F be a real valued function defined on a subset of R and C be a point in the domain of F. We say that F is continuous at x equal to c if limit x tends to c f of x equal to f of c. So for the continuity of the function f at the point x equal to c, function must define for x equal to c and you note that left hand side limit x tends to c f of x. We know about limit. This left hand side equation, for this limit x tends to c f of x, limit x tends to c minus, that is left hand side limit must exist, right hand side limit must exist, and f of c. So function is continuous at x equal to c if left hand side limit must exist, right hand side limit must exist, and all these three are equal. Then we say that function is continuous at x equal to c. So sometime we use this part of the definition to check whether function is continuous or not. We use this part of the definition if function is defined in two parts. Some definition for x not equal to c and some definition for x equal to c. Function is defined in two parts, then we use this definition. But sometime if function is defined in three parts, x less than c some value will be given, x equal to c some value will be given, and function will be given for x greater than 3. If in these three parts function is defined, then we check this condition for the continuity of the function at x equal to c. Next, we define continuity of the function on open interval. before it we take one example. If function is not continuous, f is not continuous at c, then we say that f is discontinuous. F is discontinuous at x equal to c. So we say that function is discontinuous if it is not continuous at x equal to c. So there will be a question of the form, check the continuity of the function. That means one has to check whether function is continuous or discontinuous, and at specific point or in future we check continuity on open interval or close interval or set of real number r. For example, check the continuity of the function f of x equal to two x plus 3 at x equal to 1. So function is given f of x equal to 2x plus 3. We have to check continuity at x equal to 1. So you check the solution. Here f of x equal to 2x plus 3. We have to check continuity at x equal to 1. So first we find evaluate f of 1. Put x equal to 1. 2 into 1 plus 3, that is 5. We have taken x equal to 1 to evaluate f of 1. So put x equal to 1. 2 into 1 2 plus 3, that is 5. Now to check the continuity at x equal to 1, we have to evaluate limit x tends to 1 f of x equal to limit x tends to 1 value of the function 2x plus 3 by the formula of limit. Put x equal to 1. 2 into 1 plus 3 equal to 5, that is f of 1. Reason is by 1, therefore limit x tends to 1 f of x equal to f of 1, therefore f is continuous at x equal to 1. We have proved here limit x tends to 1 f of x equal to f of 1. So function is continuous at x equal to 1. We take another example. Example 2. Check the continuity of the following function at x equal to 2. At x equal to 2. function is defined as f of x equal to 2x plus 3 if x less than or equal to 2, and value is 2x minus 3 if x greater than 2. So here you can observe that function is defined in two parts. So to check the continuity at x equal to 2, we will examine whether limit x tends to 2 minus, that is left hand side limit, must exist, right hand side limit must exist, and value of f of 2. If all these three equal, then we will say that function is continuous at x equal to 2. If sometime we evaluate and we observe that these two things are not equal, then no need to check the third condition. Directly we can say that function is not continuous at x equal to 2. So let us check the solution. Here f of 2, from the definition of the function, 2 into put x equal to 2 plus 3. We have used this part of the definition for x less than or equal to 2, value of the function f of x 2x plus 3. So take x equal to 2. 2 into 2 4 plus 3 7. Say result number 1. Now to evaluate this part of the definition, x greater than 2, so naturally one has to evaluate right hand side limit. So let us evaluate right hand side limit. X tends to 2 plus f of x limit x tends to 2 plus f of x 2x minus 3. We give the reason. This is right hand side limit. Reason is x tends to 2 plus, that means x is greater than 2, and from the definition of the function, value of the function is 2x minus 3. Now put x equal to 2. So 2 into 2 minus 3. So 4 minus 3 1. From 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, here we can observe that limit x tends to 2 plus f of x limit x tends to 2 plus f of x not equal to f of 2, and therefore f is not continuous at x equal to 2. In first definition, we have defined continuity of the function at a point. Now we define continuous function. We define continuous function. Definition of continuous function: a real function f f is said to be continuous if it is continuous at every point in the domain of f. So this is the definition of continuous function. A real function f is said to be continuous if it is continuous at every point in the domain of f. Now we defined continuity on open interval a comma b. So next definition, continuous on open interval a comma b. So as usual, let f be a real valued function. So now we define continuity on open interval a comma b. A real function f is said to be continuous on open interval a comma b if it is continuous for all x belongs to open interval a comma b. So this is the definition of continuous function on open interval a comma b. A real function f is said to be continuous on open interval a comma b if it is continuous for all x belongs to open interval a comma b. Next we define continuity on closed interval. So continuous on closed interval a comma b. We check this definition. Continuous on closed interval a comma b. A real function f is said to be continuous on closed interval a comma b if first condition it is continuous on open interval a comma b. Now you note that this is closed interval a comma b. Now at the junction point A, here you observe that we can't discuss left hand side limit. Reason is if x tends to a minus then x less than a, in that case you will be outside the interval. So at x equal to a, only we can discuss right hand side limit. So limit x tends to a plus f of x must be equal to f of a. Same thing in the case of at x equal to b. Now this limit is not possible, right hand side limit, because in that case x will be greater than b and you will be outside the interval. So here we cannot discuss right hand side limit. So at x equal to b, only we can discuss left hand side limit. So limit x tends to b minus f of x equal to f of b. So if these three conditions satisfies, then we say that function is continuous on closed interval a comma b. Number one, if it is continuous on open interval a comma b. Second, at a, we remember that at a left hand side limit is not possible. So limit x tends to a plus f of x equal to f of a. At b, we know right hand side limit is not possible as we have discussed. So limit x tends to b minus f of x equal to f of b. If these three conditions satisfies, then we say that function is continuous on closed interval a comma b. Now we discuss algebra of continuous function. Algebra of continuous function. So let f and g be continuous at x equal to c and let c belongs to some open interval a comma b. Again, f and g be continuous functions at x equal to c and c belongs to open interval a comma b. Then first result, without proof we can prove this one. Proof is easy. F plus g is continuous for x equal to c. If f and g is continuous at x equal to c, then f plus g is also continuous for x equal to c. Second, k into f is continuous for x equal to c, where k belongs to R. If f is continuous, then k into f is also continuous for x equal to c. Third, if f and g be continuous at x equal to c, then f minus g is also continuous for x equal to c. F into g is also continuous for f into g is also continuous for x equal to c. Fifth result, please remember all this result. If f and g be continuous at x equal to c, then f plus g, k into f minus g, f into g, all are continuous at x equal to c. Next one, fifth, k by g is continuous for x equal to c, subject to condition denominator should not be 0, so g of c not equal to 0 and k belongs to r. Numerator is constant where k belongs to r. And sixth one, important one, f by g is continuous for x equal to c. Again, denominator should not be 0. So these are the results for algebra of continuous function. If two functions f and g which are continuous at x equal to c, where c belongs to some open interval, then f plus g, k into f minus g, f into g, k by g and f by g, all are continuous for x equal to c, and we know that defined on a proper domain. That means whenever we discuss denominator, g of c should not be 0. Now we take important topic, continuity of composite function. Continuity of composite function. So we know, again we recall what is composite function. F of g of x, recall this definition, equal to f of g of x equal to f of g of x. For the existence of this composite function, we know range of inside function, range of g must be subset of domain of outside function. This is the composite function of g and f. We call it f of g of x equal to f of g of x. Now, suppose we define continuity of composite function. Suppose f and g are real valued function such that g is continuous at c and f is continuous at g of c. Again, we have two real valued function f and g such that g is continuous at c and f is continuous at g of c, then f of g of x, f of g is continuous at x equal to c. This is the rule, or you can consider it as definition of continuity of composite function. Two function f and g which are real valued function. G is continuous at c, the f is continuous at g of c, then f of g is continuous at x equal to c. This rule says that composite function of two continuous function is continuous. Composite function of two continuous function is continuous. This is the continuity of composite function. As for example, check the continuity of sine x square. Solution. So here first we have to check sine of x square. It is composite function of which two continuous function. No need to take any tension how to find those two functions. First, randomly we check. For example, consider g of x equal to x square and f of x equal to sine x. Now let us evaluate f of g of x. So this is f of g of x. So this is f of g of x, x square. Now definition of f of x equal to sine x. So f of x square equal to sine x square. So here randomly we have defined. If you are not getting sine of x square, you can change the function. You can take g of x equal to sine x and f of x equal to x square, and you can try f of g. So no need to take any tension about how to find this composite function. Just you define from the definition we have two functions sine and x square. Just we have taken g of x equal to x square. This is polynomial function which is continuous. F of x equal to sine x. We know it is continuous. In future also we will prove that f of x equal to sine x is continuous on R. So both functions are continuous functions. F of g of x, by definition of composite function, f of g of x, put value of g of x which is x square. Now definition of f of x equal to sine x, so f of x square sine of x square, and composite of two continuous function is continuous, therefore sine x square is continuous function. So in future we discuss more examples of composite function, continuity of composite function. Some important results. So please remember all these important results. First one, constant function is continuous on R. Constant function f of x equal to c, as we know the definition of constant function, is continuous on R. First important result, constant function f of x equal to c, we know the definition, f of x equal to c is continuous on R. Second, identity function we know the definition of identity function, as we know IR of x equal to x. Here we define identity function f of x equal to x is continuous on R. Identity function f of x equal to x is continuous on R. Third important result, f of x equal to x raised to n, where n belongs to n, x belongs to R, is continuous. Third result, f of x equal to x raised to n is continuous. Fourth important result, every polynomial function is continuous on its domain. Constant function, you please check the list of important result. First one, constant function is continuous on R. Second one, identity function f of x equal to x is continuous on R. Third, f of x equal to x raised to n is continuous. Fourth one, every polynomial function is continuous where on its domain. Fifth, every rational function is continuous on its domain. So every rational function is continuous on its domain. So rational function means we know it is of the form p of x upon q of x in its domain. So denominator should not be 0. For example, we take 10x. So 10x equal to sin x upon cos x. Sin is continuous on R, cos is continuous on R. Now to define this rational function, denominator should not be 0. So 10 is continuous. Now domain is R minus, we have to remove zeros of the denominator. So R minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, where n belongs to z. You can also take 2n minus 1 into pi by 2. So 10 function is continuous on its domain, means where it is defined R minus zeros of the denominator 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, where n belongs to z. Sixth, as we have discussed, sine and cos both are continuous on R. Sine and cosine functions are continuous on R. In future we will prove both are continuous on R. Similarly, remaining trigonometric function cot, sec, cosec, all are continuous function on its domain. Important thing is its domain. For example, if we take sec x, then we know sec x means 1 upon cos x. So this is continuous where? Continuous on R minus, as usual we have to remove zeros of cos function. So R minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, where n belongs to z. For example, you take cosec x. So cosec x means 1 upon sin x. So this cosec x is continuous, where again we have to remove zeros of the denominator function sin x. So zeros of sin n pi. So R minus n pi, where n belongs to z. So all 6 trigonometric functions, sine, cos, both are continuous on R. Tan, cot, sec and cosec are continuous on, important word is on, its domain. Next, f of x equal to logarithmic function. F of x equal to log x. We know logarithmic function is defined for x greater than 0. So f of x equal to log x is continuous. For which x belongs to 0 to infinity, x belongs to open interval 0 to infinity, is continuous function. All the 6 trigonometric inverse function, all the 6 trigonometric inverse function, sine inverse x, cos inverse x, tan inverse x, cot inverse x, sec inverse x, and cosec inverse x. All the 6 inverse trigonometric functions are continuous on all the 6 inverse trigonometric functions are continuous on their domain. This one is important one, on where? On their domain. Modulus function f of x equal to mod x is continuous function on its domain. So these are the important results. One has to remember these results. Now we take some example. Example 1. Prove that sine cube x is continuous on R. So first you note that we know that sine is continuous on R. Now there are more method to prove sine cube x is continuous. First, you can take f of x equal to sine cube x. Sine cube x, this can be written as sin x into sin x into sin x. Now we know that if f and g are continuous at x equal to c, then f into g is also continuous. So this f, this is of the form h into g into t. H is continuous, g is continuous, t is continuous. Then by the continuity of algebra of function h into g into t, so sin x into sin x into sin x, that is sine cube x is continuous. This is method 1. Now see method 2. This is method 1. Normally we follow this method. Take f r to r, f of x equal to sin x, and g r to r, g of x equal to x cube. So you can observe, or we know sine is continuous on R, so f is continuous. G of x equal to x cube is also continuous. In the list we have checked f of x equal to x raised to n is continuous. Now g of f of x, so this is nothing but g of f of x, g of f of x sin x. Now g of x is x cube. So g of sin x is sin cube x. F is continuous, g is continuous. Composite function of two continuous function is continuous, and therefore g of f of x equal to sin cube x is continuous. So here you note that no need to take any tension. If you are not getting g of f of x equal to sin cube x, you can change your function. Take g of x equal to sin x and f of x equal to x cube, f of x equal to x cube, and you can try whether you are getting f of g equal to f of g of x equal to sin cube x or g of f of x equal to sin cube x. So from the definition you have to consider two continuous function. Here we have taken f of x equal to sin x, and another function from this part we have defined g of x equal to x cube, and we know both are continuous. We take another example. Prove that mod sin x is continuous on R. Solution. Let we define two functions. Let f R to R f of x equal to sin x. G R to R g of x equal to mod x. No need to take any tension. If you are not getting g of f of x equal to mod sin x, you can change your function and you can evaluate g of f of x. First we note that sin is continuous on R. This is also continuous because it is modulus function. Now let us evaluate this composite function. By definition, this is g of f of x, g of f of x equal to sin x. By definition of g of x equal to mod x. So this is mod of, in place of x we have to take sin x. So g of f of x equal to mod sin x. So mod sin x is composite function of two continuous function, and we know rule is composite function of two continuous function is continuous, and therefore g of f of x equal to mod sin x is continuous on R.